Hey guys, welcome back to Vince-Vell Customs. Recently I did a couple video on the Archer Fine Transfer superhero decal eyes, and since then I've talked to a lot of people that work with decals and a lot of friends, and I've gotten some more updates and information on how better to get the decals on the eyes compared to the way I was doing it, which is great. I found easier ways and it's going to work out pretty cool. So I'm going to go over that a little bit in the video. So basically, once you get your white eyes done and everything, there's a couple extra things now. There's a stuff called Solvaset, and basically this is what I was told to use. Once you get the eye decal onto the eye and it sits and it dries, you use the solve set and you wash it over and it gets out all the bubbles and it sets into the eye and it all works out pretty cool. I've been testing it and it works out pretty good. So this stuff is pretty cool. It'll last a long time. Some people said you can actually use the decal into this and put it in, but I'm going to actually use water. I was told to use water. And there's a new way of cutting the eye off of the paper where it's easier to slide it onto the eye. So we're going to go over all that now. So basically I have my X-Acto blade, my tweezers, and a little bit of a paintbrush, and I also got some water over here as well. So it's going to be a little bit different. So basically I'm going to show you how I cut off the eye on the paper, which is easier, and how to slide it onto the eye, which is easier. And then once that's all set, we'll use the solva set, and then after that we seal it. So basically we're going to go a little bit step by step, make your life easier. And now my life's easier because now, you know, my first video is kind of like I didn't really know what I was doing. I was experimenting, but at least this will make life easier for a lot of people who want to use the decal eye. So we're going to go over all this now, and we'll get set up so this way I can show the camera how I cut it, how we get it on, and go from there. Alright, so basically we're going to be putting the green eyes onto the Spider-Woman head. So basically what I learned was there's easier ways to cut this and everything, and I, of course, you know, doing it for the first time, not really knowing what to do, you learn from your mistakes. So basically what we do is we're going to slice off the bottom of the eye here, but I'm cutting it out far, and now her eye is kind of closed a little bit, as you can see. You know, closed a little bit, so you can't get the full eye, so you got to kind of cut it at the angle where it's going to be. So we're going to cut off the top of it like that, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to score right here. I'm not going to cut it, I'm going to score it. Just score it a little bit, you don't want to slice it. So what that does, that cuts the film. That cuts the film a little bit over there, and then you cut off the other piece of the eye from here. Okay, so now what you do is you take your tweezers, and now you have a piece that you can hold it, as you can see. So now what we do is we put this in the water. I'm trying to do this with the camera in the way and everything, so I want to make sure we get all this done. So we're going to put this in the water. So see now, as you can see, I'm holding it. So when I go to put it on the eye, I slide it right off the paper, and I actually still holding. So instead of trying to screw that up, this is what I'm doing. So we can take some water. We are going to put it on the eye a little bit, and then we dip this in the water. So we let this get soft a little bit here and there. Just let it keep going. And you want to get it to kind of hold it, and you want to, once it starts getting softened up, and see as it slides off onto the eye. So then from there, what we do is, of course, start moving it around to where we want to move it. I have a little too much water on here, so it's kind of going with it. Now you can use the tweezer tool, but you want to be careful not to scratch it or to scratch your eye. So you get it into position, as you can see. Now if you need to move it up a little bit, and from there you let it dry. So that's pretty much how I was told to get the eye onto the piece. So now basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the other eye on here. We'll do it pretty fast, and then we let this dry and we let this sit. So once this sits, we start working on with the solver set, getting it into where we want. So I'm gonna go and get the other eye in. We'll stop the video. We'll let it sit. And once this is all evaporated with the water, everything, we'll start working with the solver set. And then once the solver set's done, we seal it. So this is what's making life easier. You know, I'm always learning as I go along. So you just gotta, you know, learn from people who have been doing this for years. Talk to them, and then they make your life easier. So that's just one eye set, and we'll get the other eye in, and we'll come back. Alright, so basically now the eyes dried up. I also hit it with a hair dryer as well, just to kind of speed up the process a little bit. I added some little pinks into the eyes, just kind of working them up as I go. So basically what we do is we go into our solver set now, and you really don't need too much. Just get your paintbrush in it, and you kind of just wash it over. Now you don't want to wash too much because you can actually start picking up again. But what the solver set does is it pretty much, you know, I guess what they said, it kind of melts it, and it kind of makes it all nice and smooth and goes across. And you let this sit for a little while, and then you could do another coat, or you can pretty much seal it. But just pretty much put it on there, and you're good to go. So that's basically an easier way of using these eye decals. It goes pretty fast. You just got to make sure you get them all set up. So my next steps are just finishing up the eyes with eyelashes and all that stuff. So let me, what we'll do is we'll let this dry up a little bit. I'll do another coat of solid set. We'll come back after it's all pretty much done and ready to go. Alright, so basically I did all the detail work in her eyes now. I did the eyeshadows and, you know, the eyebrows and all that stuff. So the last step is once it's all dry, it's all set up, we seal it with some Future 4 polish. Now, I added just a little extra white dots in the eyes just to make it pop a little bit more, so I had a little fun with it. So, trying to get that sexy look going and everything. So, in here I got some of the Future 4 polish and just kind of run it over the eyes, not to go crazy, just to kind of seal it all up. Gives it that glossy look eyes and starts to bring it all together. And there you go. Setting up, you know, an easier way to get all the eyes in there and everything. So hopefully you guys like the way it came out. Should be easier for you guys now. So there you go. So basically, like I said, you know, you get yourself some solver set. You know, you have your basically tweezer tools to hold everything together. And get your superhero eye sheet. I have a lot of these still up on my website, so if anyone's interested, contact me. And there you go. So there's how you easier way of working eye decals on the statues, and hopefully it helps you guys out. And as I learn more stuff and as things come up, I'll be posting more. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.